Morning, everybody. Your Saltwater Guide. It's time for the show. It's Saturday morning. I hope you're all having a great Saturday. Those of you that are not out on the water. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It's ReelQuick Saturday, and we got a big show for you today. We got Daniel Rubin joining us in a few minutes here. We got a lot of stuff going on with the ReelQuick company, the new easy to change out reel seat for your rod. It's going to be an incredible show. We got Justin out on the water. We got Pablo out on the water. We got Al out on the water. It's just going to be an absolute. But oh, look at that hairdo! What's up, hairdo? Look at we got Isaiah, we got Pablo, we got everybody on here today. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great show. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Share this with your friends, share it with your families. It's going to be a great morning show to get you fired up. It's going to be better than a cup of coffee. But grab yourself a cup of coffee and get ready for a phenomenal, entertaining show this morning. This really today is about ReelQuick. Daniel Rubin has a gigantic announcement. He's been waiting for this moment for a very long time. You guys saw the ReelQuick system at the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show. You've seen us talk about it on the show on Saturday mornings. You've seen Pablo and Justin and Al fishing with this system. You've seen me fishing with it. I'm going to be using it up in Alaska on the live shows that we're going to be doing in Alaska. It's just an absolute incredible product. And I want Pablo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What are you doing?
We're trying to show some ReelQuick stuff here.
There it is, gang. I'm going to pull myself off the screen here. I want you to see it. Pablo, talk about it real quick.
Okay, I'm going to talk about ReelQuick real quick, but I'm going to give the phone to Isaiah so I can show the system here. Okay, here you go, Isaiah. So let's focus on the rod and reel right there for now, and then all right. So what we do basically is you don't want to use a sharp object like this knife, even though this knife is really sharp. It's a great screwdriver because you don't need that much pressure. You basically just need to get that little pin right there, unlock, and then guess what happens? I can take my ReelQuick system completely off. This is with the Okuma 5NS. It's kind of like the Dave Hansen model. It's my favorite. I have 4 of them. This is like the best setup there is. And when you want to put a new reel on, let's say you grenaded reel or whatever, you just want to go to a different grade of fish or different style, you just engage it right there. If I can see what I'm doing, you just engage it right there, slide it right back on, and then I can actually use my fingernail as long as it's lubed up good and you don't do this too many times. There you go. It's locked in. This thing is not coming off at all. It's super solid. So this is what I've been using. This one hasn't been spooled up yet, but all these ones here are ready to go. And this is all the same stuff, all ReelQuick. And all you got to do is turn that from the lock position 90 degrees all the way up there, or 180 degrees, whatever, and then that's it, man. They pop right off. I could probably do this one with my thumb. Oh, maybe not. That one's a little stiffer. Let me grab my handy dandy tool again. But yeah, so same thing. You got to keep these things lubed up nice. If you do, you can use them with your thumb. If not, you got to use like this super cool screwdriver that I have here. There it is. Now, let's say I grenaded this reel and I want to take it off. Oh, this one's a little bit, I didn't unlock it all the way. And that's good. That way it won't fly off. Okay, boom. This one comes right off.
Daniel, we see you. Look at you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you good. Talk to Pablo.
Hi, Pablo.
What's up, Daniel?
Good morning. Thank you for showing that off, my friend.
Boom. Right back on there. And remember, all I got to do is this quarter turn with my special tool. Right? Special tool. And then that's it, man. Back in action.
Hey,
we got Brian from Promar showing up nice and late today.
Hey, Pablo.
Yes, sir.
Is your special tool sharper than mine?
Yes, sir. Well, I got it from my brother's sister's uncle's cousin, and it's super sharp, and that's the multi-purpose tool.
Nice.
And then Yeah, look at this net that Brian just brought from Promar.
Brand new, not released.
Not
We're working
released.
on it.
Not released.
First time testing it here with Pablo.
Nice. Well, you won't have to worry about it getting dirty with Pablo.
Ah!
I don't know, dude. I think I have a high chance of getting something good on it.
Yeah. All right, you guys make us some really bitchin' commercials. Pablo, we're gonna jump in with Daniel. I'm gonna come back to you in a little bit.
All right, hey Daniel, thanks for the ReelQuick stuff. It's the best stuff out there. Pair it up with those Okumas like I do, and you're gonna be good to go all season long. Woo! See you guys in a little bit.
All right, see you in a little bit. All right, Daniel, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, you guys.
Daniel, what's going on in the ReelQuick world?
God, I would love to just tell a story and drag this out for the big moment, but you guys go to that QR code. The website's live now for sale, so check it out. Let me know. You guys are going to be the biggest help to me if you guys tell me the bugs that are happening on the website. Most of the stuff is working. I've been going through it inside and out. There's always some weird things that happen. I'll tell you now, the back button to go back when you're in the cart, just go back home to the main page and hit the shop store again, and there's no problem. Some people are having problems doing that. We're going to add that button, but you guys, the website is live. Now the story. Now you guys can go look at the website, do that. The story is, man, we started this in 2017 as just a thought, long range fishermen going out on boats, putting your gear together, 15 rods. Took us about 2 years, and we finally had the product in 2019 and submitted it for a patent. It took a couple of years to get the patent. We have the patent on the product, and we made, in 2019, I think we made 700 pieces, 350 of each size of the reel seats. And we've been living off that inventory this entire time with the rods that we built. And we had some that we were doing some custom stuff with. And this entire time we have been trying to find a manufacturer to replicate and make these parts for us again, the reel seat and the feet. And it has been a struggle. It's been a struggle to find the people to do it. And, at the same time, we had product and we've been fishing it and we've been having a good time with it. But the frustrating thing about trying to find manufacturers when you're not a manufacturer and you don't know the language, I've learned a lot, you guys. I've learned a tremendous amount during this. But we are now back with the original manufacturer that we worked with in Oxnard. It's 2 miles from my shop. It's super easy. It took us about 6 months to replicate and get this design finalized and repeatable. And my God, it's been like Groundhog Day. Every time we get one more step, something else happens and stalls us. And the last thing that happened, we had made 100 of each of the reel seats, each size. And we went to go laser engrave, and we were ready to turn the website on. And our laser engraver stopped working the minute that we started firing on this, the logo. So anyways, another $5,000 later and some repairs on the old laser engraver. And we are engraving now, and it looks better than ever. We are going to do the engraving today. They're ready to ship. They'll be ready to ship tomorrow. Anybody wants reel seats, you grab them on that from that QR code. Go down to the seats and choose either size. You guys have questions about it, call me. My number's on the top of every page on the website. So now we have replicated the manufacturing of it. I have turned on the website, and we're ready to go to the next step. I kind of feel like this 7 years has been the R&D stage of this product and testing, the testing of it. We've been testing it every year. We've been on long range trips on the Rooster. We've got fish over, there's swordfish over 300 pounds. I don't think we have a 300-pound tuna yet, but we've got a 287 tuna. It's tried and tested. So we've been doing that for 5 years, and I've been just pushing and pushing to get the manufacturing done. We finally are here, Dave. We're finally here. And you heard me last night, dude. I'm so excited about this. This is probably the last thing I'm going to do in my life as far as work. I'm going to get this thing going. We're going to get some piggybacks on this with Bill Batson, or I think Bill's going to take a hold of this. He wants to see a little bit of traction on this, and he wants to manufacture it for us. So we're doing it here down the street from me, but we may be stepping in with Batson Enterprises, and that would be fantastic. This is a fabulous product for the conventional gear users. Another product we're making, by the way. This is not the glue-on reel seat. This is the reel seat that slips over the Winthrop bending butt. Super styling product here.
All right. What I got to ask you, though, is take a break, take a second, because we got about 200 people watching right now, and I think 3 of them actually know what the hell you're talking about. The rest of us are all trying to figure out, what are you so excited about? Can you show what it is that we're so excited about, and then try to explain it to us? Because we know you're excited, but we don't know what the hell you're excited about.
You guys. Look, the ferrule nut and the cleat. I don't even have one here anymore, I don't think.
No, that's okay.
The cleat on the reels today, they served a purpose, but it's not really a good mousetrap. Now, at the show of hands, please, I can't see them. How many of you guys have been fishing on a rod with the ferrule nuts coming loose as you're fishing? Me, I have. Dave's got his hand up. I'd say it's probably 2 out of every 10 people. So right away, game over. That's an issue for me. This doesn't come loose anymore. Once this is tight on here, there's nothing that can come loose. There's no loose pieces. There's no loose bolts. The pin that holds this in has a ball bearing and a spring detent. It's not just going to turn when you're catching a fish. It doesn't happen that way. So you guys, here we go. Here's an unanodized Kavala, by the way. Brand new foot that we just made. So there's the dovetail. Let me see if I get, there we go. There's the dovetail on the foot for the reel. There's the dovetail for the reel seat. And this is a glued on reel seat, folks. It's not a clamp on. We glue this on when you build the rod. And let's see if I could do this with the camera so you guys can see it. Just slides in. That's it. So you have a half moon in the tongue of the reel seat, the reel foot, and you have a slot cut in the pin right there. I had a pin on the, I was going to show you guys, probably do it here. The pin is sliced down the center, so when that tongue slides over, it slides over the flat part of the pin. Now, and then the round part of the pin goes up into that cavity and locks it in place. So grab the 10. Half moon pin. Let's see, it's hard to do, but then that pin just turns 1/2 turn into the lock position. Like Pablo explained to you guys there, it's in the lock position. So that round part of that pin went up into that cavity, prevents it from coming off. There you go. Dave, I can't see the questions on there. Is anybody asking about what I'm doing at the moment?
That's okay. We're watching what you're doing. Everybody's checking it out. So kind of explain to a little bit more about, but right now, nobody's got any questions. Everybody's in awe.
They're in awe. So you guys, this is just that quick. So every rod that I have built with a 23 millimeter reel seat, it's right inside the serial number. Is that upside down, Dave? Yeah. So 23
it's perfect.
It is. So 23 is the first number. That's the family size of parts. It's a 23 millimeter reel seat. All my reels that have a 23 millimeter foot on it will interchange with any of those rods with a 23 millimeter reel seat. Same thing with the 27 millimeter reel seat of this Winthrop and the 27 millimeter reel seat that are glued on have the same geometry on both of them. So my 27 millimeter reels that have that size foot on it will fit on any of the rods that I have with this size dovetail.
All right. So for the common man like myself, what is 22, 23? What does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean big giant reel, little tiny reel? I mean, I'm pretty fishy, but I don't really know the millimeter sizes or I
Yeah,
used to know grams and ounces really good back in the 70s, but
kilos.
after that. So
Dave, 23 millimeter is the size of the hole on the smaller one. The 27 millimeter is the hole on the larger one. We have matched the size of the dovetail that we call a 23 and a 27 millimeter dovetail. That's just the size of the dovetail that goes on that size reel seat. It's not the size of the dovetail. It's the size of the reel seat. So the 23 millimeter seat, we're really thinking that goes from 12-pound to 60-pound setups. The 27 millimeter is going to cover your 60-pound to 130 setups. Now, there's a little bit of crossover there. Like a HX reel could go on the smaller reel seat, which I now have a foot for the smaller one. Or you could take that Avid HX and put it on the larger one, whichever one you want. So there's a little bit of crossover. It's not a perfect situation, but we had to draw the line somewhere.
We have a little spoiled brat on here named Matt Ryan, who's really upset that we haven't answered every one of his questions and I haven't interrupted you during the show. So Matt Ryan has 3 questions that are burning desire. He needs the answers to this before he can watch another second of the show. First of all, how can you change out the reel seats on his existing rods? Second of all, what the hell is a Winthrop? Third, Dave, can you see me? Am I blocked again? I love giving Matt crap.
Matt just loves to get crap. That's why he,
Matt, we see you just fine. But as you can tell, Daniel is fired up, baby. We want to answer all your questions. We're just starting out the show. I see Matt Ryan. I love giving him crap. He's my buddy. He's my pal. But yeah, I see all your questions. And I don't want to throw Daniel off when he's on a roll and he's cruising and he's talking about what he's talking about. We can't interrupt him. We can't throw him off his groove, buddy.
Matt.
But Matt Ryan wants to know.
Do you have reel seats on those rods you're talking about converting is the first thing. I don't want to cut reel seats off of rods. If it's a deckhand style rod and it's all cork grip, measure the back end of it, pull the butt cap off. If the reel seat will slip up the back, up the butt, then we could do it. You can't build the rod down from the guides now because the guides are already on there. I'll talk to Matt about that on the side. We can hook him up if it's possible to get the reel seat on there. Second question, Winthrop bending butt. They make 3 sizes of these. These are, people doing stand-up on the East Coast. We don't do that stuff here as much, but you could throw this thing in the rod holder. We've set up this Winthrop bending butt with the 27 millimeter reel seat, and this will hold my Okuma 50, Okuma 30, the 20, accurate 12, accurate 20, accurate 30, accurate 50, Talica 25. What else? Winthrop bending butt, Matt Ryan, $375 wholesale or retail, actually. They're using these on the East Coast more, Matt. You can go over there and check them out in Florida. What was his other question? He had another question.
Hold on. Tiffany wants to know, does that fit over the Winthrop or you have to put it?
Yeah, so we strip all their ferrule nuts off of the Winthrop, just pull them all off. And it slides right over their existing tube, I guess. And then there's a little notch here that keeps it timed properly, keeps it locked in place. The ferrule nuts that they have, we are not using theirs because it has the reel seat, the dovetail, it has to slip.
Yeah, so the nut would get in the way.
The nut's getting in the way when it's like that. You could get it on and then tighten it after, but we have knurled ferrule nuts that we have for this, and you just tighten it all the way up. You blow your accurate 50 up, you go get your Okuma 50, swap it right out in 1 minute or less. Have your lines back in the water in less than a minute.
And then
Thanks.
one real quick thing, Daniel, is John Stanley and Darren are out fishing, and they got live anchovies at the Mission Bay Bait Bar. Hey, there he is, Rob. Nice shirt, Robert. Yeah, buddy. So we got anchovies for bait at the Mission Bay Bait Bar. Robert Gripper is the guy that gives us the bait reports every Thursday. There he is, gang. Robert, I saw you yesterday with Phil Freeman out fishing. What happened? You guys catch anything?
Yeah, we got lots of fish. We were out chasing the sea bass around. Didn't find them. Saw lots of schools. The water is really splotchy still. There's a lot of red tide around still. So you just got to find the clean water. We got a couple really nice halibut, lots of lingcod, limits of rockfish like always up here, but did not hit a good score on the sea bass. But they're out there, so come on up.
Matt, you're not in any trouble at all. I just love giving you crap. You're my buddy.
Hey, and Matt, Ryan, I'm looking forward for all of us that use the deckhand style rods. We never move that reel. Let's be honest. Once we find that spot on that blank that we like, we love it, that's where it stays. This thing is so awesome. Trust me, I've used every single reel clamp that's out there. The ones that come with the reel, the old aftermarkets that, I won't name names, but I don't even think they make them anymore. I've got those. The new ones that come out, I've got those. But nothing is as smooth as this. If you buy that deckhand rod to be able to, not have a problem with your reel, this is it. It slides so smooth in your hand. There's nothing to catch on. It's not going to catch on the rail. It's not going to catch on your clothes. It's not catching on anything, and it's never coming loose. I've known this guy since 22. Probably.
Yeah.
And so I've watched this progression, and this thing is an amazing product. I'm telling you, I fiddle with them all the time when we're at the shows. So it's a product that you're going to love. And if you can slip it off from the back, like he's going to do for me, you're talking butter.
Butter, baby. Lisa, Justin's out fishing out of Long Beach, and so's stay on the screen there, Robert. But Justin and Ron are fishing out of Long Beach, and Nacho has live squid, and he has anchovies, apparently.
Yeah, just got squid yesterday.
What?
The Nacho's just got a load of squid yesterday. He says it'll be gone by the weekend.
And Matt Ryan's telling us, give us a bait report right now.
There's lots of live. There's lots of live anchovies around, man, and that is the bait. Yesterday on that trip that we're just talking about, amazing anchovy. It's like the old days, you can cast them. If you can cast that small sardine, you can cast these anchovies. And remember how to cook them. Collar hook those babies. Fly line them out there. We got calico bass yesterday trying for those sea bass.
Yeah, it's the best bait in the world, like we talk about every day on the podcast.
Yep.
You just got to apply the pressure to the bait companies. We're not buying that garbage giant sardine anymore, and maybe they'll quit selling it. I'm sorry. I know the bait company loves to watch our show, but I'm sorry. We need anchovies everywhere. There's anchovies everywhere. We need the bait company to catch us anchovies. We're not long range fishermen. We're half day, 3/4 day island fishermen. We need the anchovies. And when you post the bait reports, Robert, it's so cool to see all the harbors that have anchovies, right, Daniel?
Absolutely. Yeah. So how far south are those anchovies getting?
They're all the way down to Mag Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the cold water. There's anchovies up and down the coast. They're everywhere. But there's plenty of sardines, too. There's no shortage of sardines. That's something that, I'm sorry, gang, we got to talk a little bit of politics here. But on the agenda for the Fishing Game Commission meeting, the civilian scientists have come up with the idea that there's no sardines anymore. So they want to shut down our bait system. They want to shut down our bait fishery because they're seeing that there's anchovies in the bait barges right now. So the first thing they're going to do is say there's no more sardines. But these are like Wyland said yesterday, Robert, These are the civilian scientists.
Civilian scientist.
Yeah, we're going to use that word a lot. The civilian scientist. And yeah, Bob, I understand there is what, 3.5 grams in an eighth? Absolutely. I know that. Nothing like an 8-ball to start your morning. Absolutely. And we got Captain Al Clowers fishing live in the back bay. There he is in the
Hey,
bottom
Al.
of the screen. Captain Al.
Woohoo!
Gentlemen,
You got that ReelQuick fishing rod with you?
I do.
No way. See, Daniel, they're everywhere.
See
They're
that?
everywhere. There it is. The Dave Hansen special right
Check
there.
that thing out.
Heck yeah.
Let me show you how it works.
Yeah, I'm going to pull me off the screen so we can.
Yeah.
That thing is so
I got to get something to turn.
Yeah, how cool, Daniel, huh? We got them everywhere, gang. Like Robert was saying, this is an unbelievable system. It's going to revolutionize it. We got Tiffany watching right now, Daniel, and she's got
I'm going to go visit Tiffany.
She's got some questions. Okay, show us to us, Al. Let's see.
Tiffany's into it.
So this is a ReelQuick system. This is a 7-foot bait stick with a little Okuma 5 on here. And it's really cool because there's no, you don't have to tighten your reel seat or nothing. It's not bulky. It's fishing your hand real nice. And the cool thing is it comes right off like this and then goes right back on. Just like that. And then you just turn this little knob and you're good to go. And there it is, ReelQuick.
Slick.
You got me?
Daniel, do you see the comments at all?
Yeah, they're so far away. I can't.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why I wear my
Yeah.
three.
I know. I just look silly with my pink glasses on the show today, huh?
Yeah.
What do I need to answer? Say things.
Yeah, Robert fishes with all the cool kids, Matt Ryan. He's on every cool trip. You see, I can't believe how he shows up everywhere, but like he told me, he's retired, so he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants.
That's why I'm here right now. Yeah, baby.
It's pretty cool. It's
Super
pretty-
exciting, guys. This is a really super exciting day for me. I'm just beside myself.
And we are so happy
Yeah.
for him. He's finally gotten here, man. He's finally gotten here.
Well, here's something that's kind of exciting, Daniel, that you need to understand is Tiffany's going to be creating the Your Saltwater Guide series rods. So she's going to be wrapping it with our logo on it. We're going to be announcing it. I'm just kind of throwing it out there right now, but Thursday she'll be on the show. She's got the artwork already done. She's going to start wrapping our logo in thread, and it'll kind of, as it turns the rod, it'll kind of flow from her logo to my, or from my logo to her logo. It's a really bitchin' design. This is one of the best rod wrappers on the planet, and we've got her as part of Your Saltwater Guide now, gang. And she's incredible, and you've got to get whatever you got to do, Daniel. You've got to get over there and let her touch it and feel it and see what it is before Thursday, because she's going to push this thing to the next level, buddy. And I would love for all the new Your Saltwater Guide rods to be put together with the ReelQuick system,
I'll
because
bring them up this week.
it's phenomenal. And Daniel can engrave so many different things on the reel seat itself because he's got that engraver. So you guys don't have any idea the kind of artwork that Daniel and Tiffany can put together for you guys. It's going to be an incredible. No one does what Your Saltwater Guide does. There's no one out there doing what we do. We're always on the cutting edge of innovation. We got Daniel, we got Tiffany, we got the Okuma guys, we got Promar. You guys, what you're getting to see on our show is totally different than any other show out there. You can love everybody, that's fine. But this is where you're going to see the cutting edge stuff. This is where the real innovations happen right here, right now.
So, Dave, for those of us that geek out on stuff, you know, and you're talking about those custom rods that Tiffany can make, when you see the work that she can do on the blank, you're going to be, it's just incredible what she can create on the blank. And then you customize that with Daniel and his in his reel seat and what he can do on that laser engraver, you talk about custom. There's nothing. No one's going to have anything like this. It's going to be ours. It's going to be Daniel's, and what he and Tiffany can do together as a team. Oh my gosh, you're just going to, those rods on the boats, you're going to have to keep your eyes on them.
Yeah,
I mean,
because people are going to want to take them. But
exactly.
hold that thing up again. I want to show you what Robert was just doing, sliding your hand up and down it.
Oh my God, it's like I don't want to tell you what that's like, but good golly, there's nothing going to catch. It's just the most amazing feel. If what you're trying to accomplish with all of your deckhand rods, and we all use them, this is the epitome of that system. Because let's face it, I've been using deckhand rods for almost as old as Dave is, you know, and you know, in the olden days, you had those the bolts coming down and the wing nuts, and they were fall. Or have you ever seen those things where people are trying to tighten them as they're fighting the fish? Nothing like that's ever going to happen with this. And it's just so, but it's butter. It's just butter.
I have massive scars in the corners of my wrist from those reel seats.
The wing nuts.
The wing nut.
Clamped them on.
It's amazing.
The slickness of that, because I know a lot of you don't hold your rods proper, and I know that, and that's okay. But if you hold it proper and your left hand is in front of the reel, your hand is, if you look at Robert's hand, it's always going to be hitting the reel, the clamps. But not anymore. Not with Daniel's. Look at that thing, how slick and it's just slick. And no more scars on your wrist. No more of that garbage. It's just a really, really cool system. It's going to work so good. Daniel, this is just incredible. Just being able to have all the boys here showing off your product. You can't get any better than that. Captain Al's fishing with your product.
Pablo's got one in his hands.
Pablo's got one. Justin's got one. These things are awesome. You're going to get to breaking news, Daniel. We're going to be fishing in Alaska with Starlink on the boat every day with your rods. We're going to be live every single day fishing in Alaska out on the water. No one's ever done that before. We got Starlink. Ron and I are taking it with us up to the lodge. So we're going to be live fishing in Alaska with the ReelQuick system. Think about that, gang. It's going to be insane.
It's so awesome.
It's going to be insane. And if you guys have any questions about the product or what's going on or anything, you can leave a question over here. And yeah, like Matt Ryan was just saying, you know what's going to stop the thievery, Daniel and Robert, is when you get it engraved with Fishing Matt Ryan right on it's engraved there, and then Tiffany does that phenomenal artistry work to wrap your rod. They could try to steal it, but really you're going to steal it and then be fishing Matt Ryan's rod. It's going to have his name engraved on the artwork. Yeah, there's none of that. But everything on the block is going to be bummed they don't have one.
So Dave, with just our stock rods, you can see these on the boat when you're walking down. Nobody's going to walk off with your rod, but you know, people are concerned because it's this fast, right, in your bag with this $385 reel right here. So if you're fishing out of a landing you're concerned about, which we have several of those, you know, we have a way to lock the pin so it can't turn. And you'd have to have a couple of tools on board with you to come and steal a rod, and you'd have to be messing with it for more than 1 second, right? So we have a grub screw on the top of this that we can remove, drop a ball bearing in there when the reel's already on, and then put that grub screw back in, and the pin won't turn. You won't be able to unlock the pin with your fingernail or a screwdriver or anything else.
See, Al was using your rod down there in the corner just now.
Yeah.
Putting it back in the rack. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was just showing.
Yeah, no, I was done with the thought. I just want to let everybody know that, yeah, we do have that ability for the people that are concerned about that. I've had a few people ask me about it. The other thing that we could do maybe in the future is put a security feature on the pin. So a regular flathead screwdriver won't turn it. You might need a special to pin something or other to make it turn. Now, anybody out there that's in a tackle store that you guys are renting rods to boat, to the charter boats,
When you
this
open that
system
door,
right
always
here
left
is mind blowing for that. You want to change the line out on 15 reels when the boat comes in, one at a time. In 1 second, it's off. 1 second, it's on. No more clamps on the back for those tackle shops. They slip it right back onto their, right back on, turn the thing, stab it into their rod thing, grab the next one and go. This is a game changer for the tackle shops that have 250 rods. With all that said, I've talked to most of them and they already have their rods. So what they're doing now is they're buying maybe 10 rods a year. And the Nate at H&M, he's like, what do I do, man? I'm going to buy 10 rods and have 10 of these and 240 of the other. He's like, yeah. So I don't know how to bridge that gap. And we might be able to with, people are coming to John at Okuma and saying, hey, we need 100 rods for rental. This is the reel seat that should go on that. So anybody that's watching this there's skies to limits with this. There's so many good ideas that we have with this besides the rental rod guys that need to freaking restring 25 rods, right? And they need to pull them off and screw them back on. How about reel storage in a drawer with the same dovetail slide connection on some kind of a pedestal in your drawer? You slide it in, lock it in place. Now your reels aren't rolling around in a drawer or in a box when you're underway and you're 65-foot Viking. Put them on a wall. Put them on a wall in the galley, or put them on a wall in the tackle room or in the bathroom. Now, how about having the reciprocal for your rod on a ceiling so we could snap this in place in the galley or wherever in the pilot house or on your wall in your garage. Now, nothing is touching except the reel seat, and maybe we'll have a little clip to clip the tip so it's not vibrating all over the place. That, to me, for all boat, if I was to get ReelQuick onto, full outfit of a Viking, we would have the rod, reel storage, all the reels or all the rods and reels set up with this. We'll have 4 bending butts on that Viking for the trollers. We have ideas for this that are sky's the limits. We could have the boat name laser engraved with your logo. Our laser engraver now will laser engrave the back side of this reel seat with spider webs or tuna or whatever you want to do. It's super cool stuff. And anodizing. We haven't breached it yet with the anodizer, but we probably have 15 colors that we can do. And we don't really need to even charge that an upcharge for that. So super exciting stuff all the way around. Rod and reel storage. The solution for the deckhand style rods, if we can get the reel seat slipped up from the back end, we'll glue it in place for you. What else, Dave? What else can we do with this thing? It's just some
The really exciting thing, I think, is because if you look at reel manufacturers, everybody's been trying to fix that clamp, the way that it sets on the back side of that reel, where it clamps it to the rod. They've come up with different designs and tried to make it more slick looking and smooth. But at the end of the day, it's still a hanging point. It's still a stopping your hand from sliding up and down the rod. And if you look at this thing, when you put the reel on it, there is nothing hanging on the bottom. And for like the sport boat guys and that are doing the rail rod fishing, what happens when that rod clamp hits that rail? It puts big gouges. If you go on any of the long range boats and look at their mahogany rails, you're going to see where the clamp's been hitting the rod. It's not going to do that with Daniel's system. It's slick. It's not going to. Also, on the rail rod, Daniel, when you got the reel seat laying on the rail, it's kind of off kiltered. It's not really centered. But with your system, it's flat. It's right on there. It's right on the rail. So there's not going to be any swiveling, any movement. It's pretty slick. And then the thing I like what you were talking about earlier was all your big reels fit on one seat and all your smaller reels fit on another seat. And They're interchangeable. Look at how slick that is, gang, on the backside. That's what we've all been looking for a very, very long time. And we go back to what Robert was talking about earlier, the deckhand style rods with the cork tape and out without the ferrule screws, and we just clamp the rod right on.
And then it moves around.
For years, we had to put duct tape on there to raise it for the clamps. If your clamp was bigger, smaller, the screws. It's absolutely amazing how you've solved so many things that most people don't even think about until they look at it and go, oh, you solved that problem, solved the reel clamp problem, solved the hitting the rail problem, solved the tearing up the corners of my wrist right here. This wrist right here and this wrist right here have giant holes in them from the rod clamps for over the years, the 50 plus years. With your system, I can hold the reel the proper. Now, I know you all don't hold it the proper way. A lot of you hold it with your left hand way behind the reel for some reason. I think because you like eating your boogers. But if you put your left hand in front of the reel, what happens is your wrist is hitting the reel seat every single time. Not anymore. So those that know how to hold the reel the right way, are the rod and reel the right way, you're going to be stoked. Those of you that eat your boogers, you're not going to understand it. It's not going to make any sense. You're like, that's not how I hold. Well, like I say in all my videos, why would you brag about doing something wrong? I don't understand it, but we can't fix the booger eaters, but we can. The guys that know how to fish are going to love this system, Daniel.
Dave, so you're talking about how smooth it is on the back, and I'm just going to go against that for 1 second because we do have people that like to use jigging rods, and I've never done any slow pitch jigging myself, just the speed jigging for the bluefin, which I use the rail for that. I don't even pick the rod up. Silly. So the people that are doing the jigging have called me or talked to me and asked me about a trigger, right? Some of these guys want the trigger, so I don't know, maybe the rod's going to come sliding out of their hand or something. Anyways, we heard you guys, and we're going to make a reel seat with a trigger on it for those rods, for the slow pitch jigging rods or whatever you guys use that for. It's coming. We're probably going to make it so it's something that will screw to the existing reel seats, and we'll start putting a threaded hole in the bottom of it, or we'll make it just machined into it where it's a trigger in the reel seat. Haven't come up with it yet, but we're going to answer that question or answer that for those people that want that solution.
Yeah, well, not everybody knows how to fish proper. You're going to be up against the boogers. The boogers are going to want it all screwed up. That's just what they want. That's why they make so many different variations. They make rods just for booger eaters, and booger eaters buy them all day long. We can't fix that. That's just what they're going to do. There's just no way around it. And then Jeff, my good buddy Jeff, says that one of those reels he heard about. Well, my sister's brother's aunt's cousin's mother said, don't move to Mexico, Jeff, because you're going to get your head cut off and put in Nevada acid. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a story. I've been living down here since 2018. I haven't seen it yet. And I've been working down here for 30 plus years. I haven't seen that yet. I'm sure I'll see it. Just like you're saying that somebody's sister's aunt's brother's cousin saw the reel come off the rod and rip through all the guides. Hey, if you don't put the pin on, if you don't tighten the pin up the right way, the whole 18 thousandths of a turn, yeah, it's going to happen. If you're a booger eater, you're a booger eater. There's no way around booger eaters. They're going to eat their boogers all day. There's nothing we can do about it.
Dave, let me jump in. So yeah, you got to lock the pin, guys. It's just, that's obvious. We had a couple of failures, but the failures were never on metal reel seats. They were on prototype plastic that we printed turn the camera around. We have a 3D printer that prints onyx and carbon fiber infused into it. And we thought that it was going to be strong enough, but it turns out that it's really strong in one direction, but the lamination between the carbon fiber and the plastic, it doesn't laminate well. So it was just delaminating. And yeah, we had 3 reel seats or reel feet that were plastic. One of them, yes, it came off the rod. The other 2, they noticed that they were breaking and they stopped fishing them. We're not doing plastic anymore. You guys don't have to worry about it. If you have one that's in your hand that's plastic, stop fishing it. Just call me. I'll give you a new. I just replaced all the feet with new ones. I didn't even charge them for those. It's just, we just stepped it up and made it right. They're not going to come apart. There's no fish that can pull enough, there's no reel that can pull enough drag to break the metal. It's just not going to happen. That's all I have about that.
Yeah, no, I understand. And there's a scenario for everything, and everybody's got a scenario. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a scenario about something. Everybody, unfortunately, every single person is always trying to find the negative in everything. They just can't help it. It's the way that the media and the world's been set up. You turn on the news, everything's negative. You go to social media, everything's negative. So everybody's always looking for the negative. I'm trying to change that. And I don't know why, guys, but it's just kind of embedded in our brain. Let's pick this thing apart and find the negative in it. No, let's look at this and look at all the cool parts of it. Let's look at all the positive things about it, just like the website, just like all of you. I am notorious for
Oh, he said it was
busting people's balls. That's what I do. It's just my stick. It's the way I've been since I was a little kid. But this
so he said it wasn't ReelQuick's reel that came off. It was somebody else's.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I can't think.
So I just disclosed our plastic ones breaking and flying off the rod. I didn't even have to go there.
Right.
It's okay. You know what? I want to, we're coming out of the R&D thing, but you guys, there's a bunch of people fishing it. We need everybody's reviews. What's going on with it? The pin doesn't turn on its own. You lock that thing in position, it's not going to turn. So if anybody tells me their reel came flying off their rod and it was because of the pin, I'm going to be very skeptical about that. It's like, there's not much that could break on this thing. If your screws are loose in the foot going into your reel, stop using it. That's, it's common sense. If there's anything that's loose, stop using it. I haven't found any issues with it. I mean, other than not turning your pin and locking it. You find that out really fast though. You're not going to be fishing with your reel with an unlocked pin. You're going to know it right when you do your first cast. I want to hear it all. I want to hear all the issues that people have. Some of them are booger eater issues that I'm, not going to be able to solve. And, but you know what? We want to see all of them. We want to see all those comments, and I want to get people fishing this. I do want to change the way that conventional reels are attached to rods. It's a much better mousetrap. It's just a better way to go.
Can I ask a booger eater question?
Yeah.
Is this?
Yeah, go.
Is it the same? Is it the same diameter inside the whole way? Can you just flip it around for all the booger eaters? That might not
so those other booger eaters. So this is awesome, you guys. So why did we put it so the reel comes forward, right? The reel comes forward, it comes right off the rod and goes through the guides. There isn't really any real reason other than that we trust the pin to hold up to probably 500 pounds before it pulls over. It's not coming off. It's just an easier way to put this on from the top. But I made a rod, and actually Steve wanted to use it. He's fishing right now on a tournament, and the reel goes on from the bottom, and it locks up against that stopper going forward. So even if you're pinned, you just flip it around and glue it the other way. No big deal. There's only one foot that I've made that's not symmetrical, Robert, that doesn't flip around. And that's for the Tesoro 5NS and the Talica 8. Those are the only two that if you switch this around, I'll have to make you another foot. And that's no big deal. I'll make it for you. Maybe not the Tesoro. Those things are discontinued. But anyways, flip the reel seat around. It's no big deal. We could bring this up from the other way.
And then it's never coming off unless you want it to.
Then it's never coming off unless you want it to.
Even if you're a booger eater.
So Dave jumped on a call. So let's see if we could show these folks. Oh,
No,
Dave.
you're here. I'm here.
You're back. Let me
Hi.
full screen, Dave. For you guys that haven't, that didn't
Yep.
go to PCS or West Coast Outdoor and Sport Fishing in Ventura, these are the rail rods. We got 1x3s with a 1-bander OSP. We got 2x4s, and we got 3x. These are all on the website right now as combo units. I think we have 3 or 4 reels that you could choose from for each one of these rail rods. Seeker rail rods, they're epic. These are beautiful rods, heavy duty. These rods pull your fish up for you. We've got some more that use the same size reel seat. We've got 30 to 50 pound rods, 40 to 60, and a 50 to 80 somewhere here also in that 27 millimeter size. So 30 to 50, 40 to 60, 50 to 80, these rail rods. And then we work on.
Did you talk about your custom Seeker color?
The custom Seeker color is formulated with Seeker's paint formulator in Rancho Bernardo. That gentleman has since gone out of business. So if anybody has a tip of where to formulate this and get this matched, I'd appreciate it. I have a gallon. I have plenty of it for now. But yeah, that's ReelQuick blue. We don't have to put the reel seat on a rod that's ReelQuick blue if you don't like the powder blue. I kind of dig the color. A lot of people dig it, but my buddy Bruno does not like it. And so we just wrap the rods in black blanks. No big deal there. Let's see, Dave is giving me the full screen.
I'm right here.
So I'm going to grab something here so I can go over this. Oh, it's going to be backwards on the film. Sorry. So I'm not going to show you guys. We've adapted to 130 reels now between the 2 reel seats. So I have a list of all the ones that we've adapted to on the 23 millimeter reel seat. So we've adapted to all the accurate non-ATD reels. We've adapted to all the Abbots. We've adapted to all the Accurates, all the Talicas, all the Tiagras, and the Maxells now. The Maxell Rages we just did. And then on the 27 millimeter reel seat, we've adapted to all the ATD Accurates. We've adapted to all the Makiras. On that 27 millimeter reel seat, we've adapted to the Talica 20, 25, and the 50. Abbott 50 and 30 go on that 27 millimeter reel seat. And Penn VISXs, we've adapted to the 20, the 30, the 50, and the 70, and they all go on those rail rods also. Those rail rods are the same size dovetail as this. So any of those reels I mentioned that go on those rail rods will go on this Winthrop bending butt. Matt Ryan, this is a Winthrop bending butt for you, my friend. They make a couple of sizes in this, but we are doing the number 4 AFCO ferrule for this one here. What else, Dave? Give me some questions. Dave's on a call. Yep.
No, I'm right here. I have to switch
One of the
back
things
over.
we've been waiting for that I've been really struggling to manufacture, but I found a manufacturer at the PCS show in Orange County. We had these made in Garden Grove. This was the last piece of the puzzle before I could put those reel seats online. I did not have any more pins to install in the new reel seats, and this was a challenge, but we have somebody making them now, and I just picked them up yesterday. I got up and left my house at 6 to drive down there and grab these. And so this is what prompted the push go on the website, because I have these now. And we're good to go now. The website's live and selling this stuff. Now I've drawn.
Yeah, and the QR code's up on the screen, gang. Now that you know what this is all about and what Daniel's showing you here, every single thing we talked about today, you can go over there and watch on his website. He's got a cool little tutorial to start off right when you click on there. And then as you power through the website, you'll see all the great things that he's talking about. And the really cool thing about Daniel is he's part of Your Saltwater Guide. So you guys can leave him messages on the community. He's always on the community. He's on the show watching the show every single day. So if there's ever a question, he's right there. Bam, he answers your question immediately. Best part about it, he's part of the family. Like Matt Ryan and Brent and Jeff and Lisa and Justin and Pablo and Al. He's part of the family. He gets as much crap as anybody. That's kind of my deal. That's what I do. I give people crap, but they know that means I love them. And he's part of the family, and I'm always there for him. And now you're going to get over there with Tiffany, and Tiffany's going to be doing her rod building show on Thursdays with us. Kelly Girl and Tiffany are going to be on the show on Thursdays, talking about the rod building, and hopefully Mr. Batson gets involved. That's what we're pushing for. And if Bill gets involved, it's just going to take us up to the next level. But on Thursdays, Tiffany will be talking rod building and stuff. So Daniel, what I would say your homework is between now and Thursday is get Tiffany to your house or get over to her house with the product and show it to her and let her touch it and feel it so that she can help us, both you and me, because this would be a great thing to have with the new rods that we're going to be coming out with that we're going to talk about on Thursday. It's going to be an incredible thing. And we have such a giant community of really cool, like-minded people with no negativity. I know you're like, oh, you say no negativity, but you're always being, I'm not negative. I'm just giving my buddies a little bit of crap. If it hurts your feelings, it's because you're not from around these here parts and you didn't grow up where I grew up. So I'm not really tuned into people's feelings too much. I'm old school 100%. So that's what's going on. Hold on. Darren, what do you got? Good. Are you catching?
That's Arnie. Yeah, he's announcing it. I'm speaking next week at the San Diego Rod and Reel Club.
Ooh, sounds good.
How many?
She's going to be at the Ventura County Sport Fishing Club on Wednesday night.
Okay.
Oh, she
all right. I'm on the show. Love you. Bye.
Oh, I'll just go to that.
What do you say,
Tiffany? I don't know, a couple things, but Tiffany, I think, is going to be at the Camarillo.
Yeah, Ventura County Sport Fishing Club on Wednesday night. So we'll hook them up there.
Yeah, I'll go to that on Wednesday.
Oh, that'd be awesome. But I would talk to Tiffany about it before you get us come showing up at her seminar.
He's my guest. He can talk to her afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'd rather you did it in private with Tiffany first so that we can get this rolling along with your saltwater guide.
And then Arnie just announced on there, thank you, Arnie, that I'm speaking at the San Diego Rod and Reel Club on the 5th. I don't know what day of the week that is. Might be a Friday. The 5th of June. I'll be there next week. Super awesome. Super awesome that they invited me to come and speak with them.
Yeah, John Stanley and Darren are fishing San Diego Mission Bay right now, just outside at La Jolla Kelp. They're both online watching the show right now. They got beautiful anchovies. And, Tiffany said, perfect, Daniel. I'll see you at the – so there you go. She's going to be there. You're going to be there. Everything's perfect. Robert, good job. And Robert and Daniel are being my mules today to move some of my product back down to Southern California.
Yeah, that was just so funny. I was just laughing so hard. I've always been trying to figure out what you guys got going on with this YSWG, but now I figured it out.
Yeah, there they are, the mules for your saltwater guide. And I want to thank Robert again for taking care of me at the show up there in Ventura. Everybody had a really good time. So thank you very, very much.
Who's calling?
I'm just super excited for where we're headed, Daniel, with this ReelQuick product, and all of our guides are using it. And I can't wait to go put it to use up in Alaska. That's going to be insane, dude. Thank you for sending them up there to their lodge. We're going to be at the Wild Alaskan Lodge on the
Hey, do you know
10th.
if it showed up yet? I'll call them today and see. Today. Just want to make sure.
All right, cool.
So. And
yeah, I'm gonna pick on John and Darren. I already did, but I'll get him some more. Like Darren, he called me just now, and you're not even catching any fish, and I'm in the middle of my show. We don't want to know that you're catching nothing. That's not what we want. But gang, check out Daniel real quick. The QR code's up on the screen. It's been on pretty much most of the show. I know a lot of you don't want to click off and then click back on. Just jump on right after we're done being live. You can go back on the show on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or Spotify or Threads or X or wherever. Grab the QR code and then go check out the website. Give Daniel a call or leave a message to ask him whatever you want to know about it. Can you purchase the reel seat only if I build my
Yes,
own
you can.
rod,
You'll
Daniel?
just need to have 1 foot for 1 reel to go on that rod. And yeah, we can talk about that. You know, you guys, my phone is like Dave's phone. I'll answer it. If I'm awake and I'm not in the middle of something, I will answer the phone. If the phone rings in the middle of the night and wakes me up like Dave with the squid show the other night, woke me up at 11:45 with a bling. I woke up and started watching the squid show. I'll talk to you guys, you know, make it reasonable, but I'll answer the phone and answer any questions you guys have. We can work out details of any custom stuff you guys want to do. I'm in Oxnard. I'm fully open. I will talk to you anytime. I want to get this thing going. So any custom stuff you guys want to do, we can do. The machinist is right here. We can design anything that you come up with in your mind about ReelQuick. We can make it happen. We want to make this for everybody, and we want to help everybody, and we want to listen to everybody's questions and comments and problems and everything and try and address all of them. Dave wanted us to do Okuma. We didn't adapt to Okuma. And Dave, you and I started about 1.5 years ago talking about this, right? And we just slowly, I did the Tesoro 5NS. Dave was blown away. I did all the Makairas. Dave's like, oh my God, you're going for it. Now the last one we just did was the Kavala, not anodized yet. I'm probably going to do this in a clear anodized. Yeah, it's been a great journey up until now, and I'm just super excited to have. It's not a gimmick, man. This is a product that freaking works. This is a product that will help you fish. This is a product that will help you store and clean your gear. This is a product that has a lot of different benefits. Once you start using it, you just forget about some of those things that were always a problem. I get on the boat with no reels on my rods. I get off the boat, all my reels are in a bag. And it's just because it takes freaking 42 seconds to install 5 or 6 reels off your rod and wash them in the sink, drop them in a bag. It's so quick. There's probably benefits to this system that I don't know yet. And this is going to take the community, right? I only really do one type of fishing, maybe 2 types of fishing. I fish for tuna on, fly lining, and I fish for sea bass and yellowtail dropper loop. I don't do much more than that. So all the other people that are doing the speed jigging, the other kind of jigging, the whatever other kind of fishing you're doing, this product can help you. And if you tell me that you see something that could be beneficial to ReelQuick, please, my phone number's on the top of every page on the website. You could just go on there. If you don't want to talk to me and you're nervous about, you just go on there and click the comment button, write me a letter. Any way that you could get me the information, I want to know it. I want to be able to try and tailor this to as many anglers as possible.
And that's pretty unbelievable that a manufacturer of a product is willing to talk to you and listen to you and really give his phone number out to you so that you guys can interact together and figure out the way that this is going to work for you. Come on now. That says a lot about Daniel, and it says a lot about his product. He's not afraid to talk to you. And we will have Daniel. He's a part of the show. He's with us every Saturday in one way or another. We're talking with him. He's always watching the show every day. So any questions you have, if you're afraid to go on his website, you're scared that he might be able to grab your credit card number. And if Daniel and I can figure out how to do that, I promise you'll never see us again on this show. Because it can't be done. But you want to go check out the product. You want to check out Your Saltwater Guide. You want to check out the great community of like-minded people like Daniel and Matt and Lisa and Curtis and Jeff and Darren and John Stanley and all the other members of the website. They're just having the time of their lives, enjoying life, out fishing, having fun, and creating new products for us, which is an absolute incredible part of our family. So thank you very much for this incredible product, Daniel, and all of you for watching today. Thank you very, very much. Now, Captain Al Clowers is out fishing. Captain Justin's out fishing. Captain Pablo's out fishing. And Captain Ron's out fishing. And all these guys have Starlink. So if something starts to happen, we may go back live today. And if we do, they all have Daniel's products on their boat. So you're going to get to see it. It's all about these guys going live. They're all driving around trying to find an area. I guess there's 9 million boats everywhere today, Daniel.
That's awesome. Hey, my partner Steve is it's a tuna club sea bass tournament right now, and they're freaking killing it. It's at
Yay.
It's Santa Rosa, just good size sea bass coming in. They got their limits for the first day. They got the limits for the second day. They're catching fish on 3-thread linen rods. Don't know what that's all about, but they're catching. Jim got a 25-pound fish on 3-thread, which is supposed to be like, it's, points for the boat, I guess, but it's super cool stuff. That's caught on ReelQuick gear, guys. ReelQuick 12-pound rod. Super fun.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching the show today. Daniel, thank you. Everybody, we'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Turn off the news. They're all lying. This is the only